Hi, my name is Bernie Cho, and I am the president of DFSB Kollective, the company that put together and is behind this 2K11 SeoulSonic North America tour.
So how has it been so far? I mean, you guys went to Canada, South by Southwest, New York, now it's San Diego, it's, Saturday's LA. How's everything been?
You can't forget New York.
Oh.
No. So far the tour for us has been loaded with a lot of surprises, but many of them obviously very good surprises. When we put this tour together, we really wanted to sort of make a mark because the trend worldwide, but particularly now in America, is towards indie music. I think for the longest time many people interpret indie as being somehow second class to major labels. But in light of the fact that artists from Canada like Arcade Fire just won the Grammy Award for Best Album of the Year, the fact that if you look at who has the market share in the US in the music market, the biggest in the world, independent artists and labels are now up there or bigger than most of the major labels. So given that this is the trend and the fact that a lot of major artists are now going independent, we felt this is the right time to bring Korean indie music to America. Because the Korean indie music scene obviously has a lot of critical acclaim and a lot of fan appeal. But it really, in light of social media, they have fan bases overseas that, although maybe network TV or Korean radio may not play it as much, we know there's an audience and we know there's a fan base, and again, we wanted to go direct. And what really for us was encouraging was the fact that overseas tastemakers, influencers, directors, they came to Korea, they checked out these bands, they looked at them online and said, we have to have them here. And so for us, it was a huge honor and really a privilege to be invited to have Korean bands at Canada Music Week for the first time, and South by Southwest in the biggest sort of group possible. In the past, we've had one artist, two artists go, come back, they go quietly, they come back quietly. We were not going to have that. We wanted to bring the noise, and so we decided we were going to literally bring not only the best and the brightest, but some of the loudest Korean rock acts to America. We didn't come all the way to America just to play in front of Koreans. Yes, we have Koreans and Asians in the audience, but the idea was to cross over, and we've been very encouraged by the fact that a lot of the audiences are mixed, and more importantly, more diverse. And so not only for the bands, but people like ourselves in the industry, it's good to see that Korean music is connecting with many people on many levels. We've been very fortunate that critics have been really curious about what's coming out of Korea. And for instance, Canada Music Week, one of the bands, Idiotape, they were voted one of the 9 best performances of Canada Music Week, and they're not even a Canadian band. At South by Southwest, a lot of music blog sites sort of picked up on what different bands were doing down there. And for us, what was really, testament to the fact that there's something here is, we played at the legendary Knitting Factory in Brooklyn, and it was standing room only. It was sold out. It was packed, and you knew people were not going to believe it. And so we were very fortunate that we were able to stream that show live worldwide. And so people in Korea got to see for themselves. They're like, wow, this is really happening. And we've been very fortunate because a lot of these bands, partially because of their buzz, as well as a lot of people sort of checking them out, we've been very lucky to have many marquee venues open their doors to us. For an American band or a European band, it's not easy to get venues like the Roxy in LA or the Knitting Factory in Brooklyn. In the past, when Korean music artists used to come to America, it was purely promotional, but for us, it's not just about the promotions. The fact is that Korean artists can now go direct to the fans through social media. Korean artists can now go direct to the fans in terms of making their music available on sale on iTunes. And so it now makes sense for them, not only from an artist standpoint, but from a business standpoint, to promote and to market and to sell in America and worldwide. Because when they come, they play, they can sell. Whether it's tickets, merchandise, and more importantly, music. And so that's one of the reasons why we're here. We would like to see, and we're trying to do our part to make sure that when people talk about K-pop or Korean music, it's not known for one stereotype style. If anything, different types of styles that hopefully people play on different types of stereos. So So that's our goal. I mean, I think really Korean music, strong point right now is its diversity. And I think, obviously dance acts and idol acts have come quite far and have done quite well. But, the music markets in North America and elsewhere, it's wide and it's diverse. And we feel that those different niches can be filled. Well, this is the thing is, I think in many ways spring 2011 has been really a breakthrough year because for the first time ever we have Korean music acts being represented at all the major North American music festivals. We had the 3 bands on the SeoulSonic tour representing Canada Music Week. In addition to these bands, we also had Apollo 18 represented down at South by Southwest. And we have another band, EE, Total Art. They'll be playing for the first time ever at Coachella, which is arguably one of the most prestigious, if not the most prestigious, music festival right now in the world. What is perceived to be popular in Korea and in Asia could be very different in America or in Europe, because frankly, the markets are different and the tastes will be different. And so I think, other previous Korean acts have tried to come to America. I don't think in any way, shape, or form, I don't think they failed in any way. I think for them, because they're so talented and they're so driven, they took first steps. And maybe those first steps weren't maybe as high or as far as they wanted, but I don't see any of those artists stopping what they're doing. I think they will continue to push and continue to do better. But I think for me it's really encouraging to see a wide range of artists and acts and companies making an effort to introduce and break out Korean acts here in America. And again, for me, it's about the diversity. Americans love bibimbap because it's got different flavors. Why not with music?